I own the
I,
movie. Hello, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all nerds watching from the internet. It is Thursday night, November 17th, and you are watching another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yeah! I'm so excited, I twisted the lens the wrong way.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I hope it doesn't lead to an injury, for goodness sake. We don't...
My wrist is already sprained.
Oh, man.
Too late.
Get some first aid. No, actually,
mood down.
get a Z-Pack, Juan. You'll be fine.
So well for the last guy.
I know, right? I'm your host, Jose Casabona, also host of the Ravens Flock. I am the founder of this channel. I am the executive producer. I am the content manager. I love all things nerddom. I am tall. I am bald. And most importantly, I am a huge wrestling fan. And so is the man behind the camera, who is none other than... the host of the Black Files, my time partner for Wrestle Wrewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arouse.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the Mister.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and twitch.tv/theravensflock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer them during the duration that we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you too can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to all of the special perks that comes with our membership service. Juan, tell them.
Well, if you're already an inner flocker, and if you're in the chat, why don't you go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis that we made just for you fine folks. Along with that, you get access to members first and members only content, an exclusive discount for our merch store, link in the description below, and you get to be part of the discussions that help shape the future of this channel.
Never let it be said that we in the Ravens Flock are content in resting in our laurels. If we come up with more interesting ideas for cool, awesome emojis, we'll be sure to give them to all the inner flockers that join our membership club.
Pray tell, Jose, what do we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
On Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling, which airs on Access TV. Now, to paint the landscape of what's going on in wrestling, tomorrow night is the upcoming Impact Wrestling pay-per-view event called Overdrive.
Which apparently it's ripped off the copyright-safe version of the Fast and the Furious logo font.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it almost ripped off the WWE copyright of Over the Edge and Over the Limit.
No. If you take a look at Impact Wrestling Overdrive, it's Fast and Furious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
As a matter of fact, like, I'm pretty sure I could find that. Impact.
Overdrive. Yeah, you go right ahead while I continue on. And also this Saturday on November 19th, we will bear witness to the awesome pay-per-view event of AEW's Full Gear, where Jon Moxley will defend the AEW World Title against MJF.
It's finally happening over here, folks.
Yes.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman is going for the gold.
Hells yeah, I'm very happy for it. And on the WWE side of things, the WWE...
Absolutely nothing. I'm kidding.
No, let's not say...
I know. I'm dicking around.
Yeah, I know. NXT has an upcoming pay-per-view event themselves, which is called NXT Deadline, which honestly sounds less of a wrestling pay-per-view event and more of a news talk show.
Deadline.
Yeah. You're getting those vibes too, right? It's so weird.
Can I show folks the logo of?
Go right ahead.
Impact Wrestling Overdrive, real quick. Let me
briefly. Go ahead and show it to them before I start the review.
Yeah, of course. I mean, like just so folks can see for themselves precisely what the hell we're talking about when we say that they ripped off the font of the Fast and the Furious. Bazam. I mean. This screams family.
All that's left is just some race cars and black and white silhouette photos of Josh Alexander and Frankie Kazarian, and boom, you got the whole Fast and Furious package.
About that. Okay, it's not black and white, but
it's close enough.
It's close enough. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let me just pull that enough too, because like you bring it up like about that. You see, what happened was.
Yeah. Okay. So they got They got 2/3. They got 2/3 of the package done.
Josh Alexander, the Impact World Champion,
versus the TNA veteran and a member of the AEW roster, Frankie Kazarian.
Like I said, Josh Alexander is the kind of guy who he is so freaking terrifying and scary in the ring that it doesn't matter that he's wearing goofy-looking headgear to protect his ears. He's still terrifying.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to keep making that freaking joke to the dead. Die.
I know.
I don't give a damn.
So getting back to the WWE side of things, NXT Deadline is coming up on Saturday, December 10th in 2022. And, that's supposed to be the final NXT pay-per-view event of the year. So... cool, I guess. I don't know. I would have gone with a different name, but let's go ahead and discuss NXT. Let's go ahead and do this.
Before we do, I got to fix the imagery over here.
Yeah, I know.
There is zero consistency with some of these graphics these days. I swear to God.
I know. So let's start with the opening contest. Surprisingly, the opening match of NXT is actually the NXT Championship match where Braun Breaker, the defending champion, goes one-on-one against this Big Haas Snooze McGraw here, Von Fuck Off, Get Off My TV Screen Wagner.
Von Wagner.
No. That joke is done to death. I'm retiring this joke because you know what? Fuck. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think I'm partially eating crow when I'm saying this. I have to give credit where credit is due. Von Wagner is actually, like, despite my criticisms about him not having any charisma, not having any personality, just being boring to watch, he actually does know how to get a good match. In fact, no, I would go so far as to say, you know what? Braun Breaker was able to get a good match out of him. Okay?
That is wild.
That is wild. It is clearly Braun Breaker has always been dominating against guys who are not in the same level of physique and size and strength as him. Like he took on Dolph Ziggler, JD McDonough, Tyler Bate, Cameron Grimes. Juan, would you go on so far as to say those guys don't come anywhere near the level of size and strength as Braun Breaker?
Oh, not by a mile. Also, hi there, Lisa Boo and Jen Pearson on the chat. Jen saying, oh man, I'm working on paperwork. I have y'all playing in the background. Big hugs to everyone.
No, you're fine.
And Lisa Boo dropping us some hearts. Yay.
Yay. So
well, if she was an inner flocker, she could drop the custom black and purple heart, the flock heart.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is a first. Braun Breaker is actually facing someone who's bigger than him. And like I said, he was able to get a great match with Von Wagner using his size and strength to overpower Braun Breaker. We saw a pretty cool steel step spot out at a ringside where Von Wagner chokeslammed Braun Breaker onto the steel steps, and to justify it not being a disqualification, Vic Joseph on commentary actually mentioned that the disqualification call is at the referee's discretion.
Wow! Fucking really? There goes my F-bomb. Right. Yep, here we go.
Oh my God.
This is what got, okay, so that's how they're weaseling out of not calling a DQ?
Correct.
Hey
man, AEW is guilty of it too, and so is Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that every single AEW mark would be like, no, that's just the alternative, man. That's just the alternative that we're being given by Tony.
No, it's not an alternative.
But
it's
if
called.
WWE does it, then all of a sudden, this is the dumbest thing ever. If it's disqualified, it's disqualified. Motherfuckers.
It's called we want to give the fans what they want.
Yeah, apparently they want to just be tribalistic douchebags.
Yeah,
but that's just my opinion.
No, it's okay. I share that opinion too because they're stupid. But of course, Braun Breaker was able to mount a comeback, and oh boy, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm seeing a very specific formula with these matches, and I can't help but notice that Braun Breaker is pulling a page out of the John Cena playbook. Let me explain.
Oh boy.
He makes a comeback. Hits. Tell me if this sounds familiar. He hits him with two shoulder tackles back to back, and then he picks him up. And then he picks up Von Wagner midair, and then plants him with a wrestling mat slam. And then
throwback slam.
Slam.
Shoulder tackle, throwback slam. Go ahead.
Okay, and there's no 5-knuckle shuffle, but Braun Breaker did hit a second rope middle rope bulldog onto Von Wagner, which is a trademark move from Rick Steiner.
Okay, so that's move number 4. That's
move
the you
4.
Can't see me.
Yeah, that's the you can't. Yeah. And then let's see. I'm trying.
Hold on. Did Braun Breaker bark when he did it?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
No, the fans barked instead.
Oh, the fans barked in his place.
Yeah, exactly. That's how over he is.
Okay. And what was his 5th move?
His 5th move, He was trying. Well, before he could get to that, Von Wagner caught him by surprise, and then he hit his own finishing move, which is the fireman carry neckbreaker. But Braun Breaker kicked out at 2. Von Wagner is furious at the referee, and then he attacked his manager, Robert Stone. Why?
Why?
If Robert Stone's at it's on the ring apron trying to help him, why did Von Wagner had to sucker punch him?
You got to be kidding me.
And then, but then from behind, Braun Breaker gets back up. He pulls the straps down. He tries to. Here comes the 5th move. He tries to hoist Von Wagner in the air for the military press power slam, but it's not working. Von Wagner's too heavy, so he pulls a hat trick and he surprises Von Wagner with a spear. There's your 5th move. Pins him. 1, 2, 3. Your winner, and still NXT champion, to the shock of absolutely no one, Braun Breaker.
Well, first off, was the match good? Was it
was
entertaining?
good. Like I said,
Did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself. Like I said,
And you got nothing to complain about.
okay, look. The only thing I'm complaining about is the predictable outcome, because there's no way Braun Breaker is going to drop the title to this guy who just came out of nowhere.
To this goddamn charisma vacuum. He's been losing on TV. Why is he being rewarded for losing? Why?
Yeah.
Someone make it make sense for me. For crap's sake, Starscream.
But like I said, Braun Breaker was able to get a good match out of Von Wagner, which is a fucking challenge in my opinion. Thankfully, there were no Greenberg chants, because I remember, oh man, that was really rich that one time. And yeah, no, like I said, it's good, but like these matches, especially with Braun Breaker's comebacks, is becoming more formulaic. Like I said, he literally was studying the John Cena playbook. What do you think, Juan?
I think that, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I know, right? Oh my goodness.
That is definitely the theme of the way WWE does stuff. It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
It's not just that, but also John Cena has a bigger influence outside of WWE, because in AEW in the beginning of 2020, another page from John Cena's playbook was when Cody Rhodes defended the AEW TNT title, the same way John Cena defended the United States title. It's not a main event title, but it was held by a main event guy. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. John Cena, man, what have you done, man? You're influencing the culture.
I know. Who would have thought?
The entire culture of wrestling is being influenced and is being shaped by a guy who's purely invisible.
How can we see his influence?
I don't know.
How can we see his influence if we cannot see him?
I don't know. You literally can't see him anywhere. The closest you can to his presence is you can hear him when he voiced Ferdinand. Yeah.
Ferdinand the Bull?
Yeah.
Really? Ass-pulling a Ferdinand the Bull reference on John Cena.
You can't see him, but you can hear him.
Joseph, you're disappointing me. I thought that you were a man that I could trust to be a little bit more amicable towards John Cena.
Oh, yeah?
Here's a man, I thought that you, of all people, could be some kind of peacemaker. But no. Nope. I just can't with you.
I know. It was total bull what I just did.
I hate you.
I love you too, homie. That being said, yeah, criticisms aside, this was a fun opening match. It was awesome. I like it. And Braun Breaker continues to be...
John C? Nah. Thank you, Reverie. Welcome to the show.
Thank
John
you.
C? Question mark? Nah.
Thank you, Reverie. I appreciate that. That being said, criticisms aside, fun opening match. Braun Breaker, one of the best things, if not the best thing on NXT right now. Holy shit. Awesome. All right.
So yeah, well, Braun Breaker's got he's got himself polished. Like I said, when we first saw him, we were horrified by how good he is in the ring. Naturally flowing. He was silky fucking smooth to begin with. He's only been getting better. This is terrifying. Now that he's got the basics and he's got that down, now it's time to get into character development.
He had a hiccup where he dropped and won back the NXT title against Dolph Ziggler, but other than that, he's having a great run as the top champion.
Yeah, holy shit. All right, so next match, shall we?
Yes, let's get to the exciting match of the night. These are two individuals who have staked their claims that they want to be next in line to challenge for the NXT title. Apollo Crews, the former Intercontinental Champion, goes one-on-one against the former NXT Cruiserweight Champion, the Irish Ace, JD McDonough.
So Apollo Crews tearing it up against JD McDonough, the Irish mastermind manipulator, scary, creepy dude.
The scary, creepy dude versus, well, I mean, I don't want to call Apollo Crews scary and creepy since he did the whole shit with his eyeball and everything. I don't know. That was just weird, man.
All I gotta say is acupuncture in the face.
Thank you.
Say no more. No, he's still freaking terrifying. He's still terrifying.
It's an eye for an eye, if you think about it.
I hate you.
Yeah, I know. All right. This was
that.
such a tremendously awesome match by two amazing athletes. One of the cool spots I want to call attention to was when Apollo Crews wrestled JD McDonough, knocked him outside of the ring, and then from the ring apron, not from the ropes, but from the ring apron, does a moonsault and lands perfectly on his feet on the outside while annihilating JD McDonough. Holy crap. The athleticism and the acrobatic ability of Apollo Crews is just amazing. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, you'd imagine that a big dude like him wouldn't be all that flexible and that aerodynamic, but apparently he is.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. Absolutely. And there were lots of other cool spots here, especially in a show of strength where Apollo Crews catches JD McDonough, plants him with a powerbomb, but then hoists him back up and then flattens him with a sit-out powerbomb, only getting a 2 count. But, man, he's the total package. He's got the strength, the agility, the acrobatic ability. This guy is the complete package. Braun Breaker, he's strong and he's also agile, and he's also surprisingly agile. He does flippy stuff too, like Hurricane Ranas and Code Reds and everything. So does Apollo Crews. Holy fuck, that's amazing.
That's really cool. I like that stuff.
And then everything comes to a head as both men exchange blows. Both men exchange chops. Eventually, JD gets the better of the exchange and hits Apollo Crews with a headbutt. He tries to go for his finisher move, the Devil Inside, only for Apollo Crews to counter. Apollo tries to hit him with a powerbomb, only for JD McDonough to turn it into a sunset flip roll-up, only getting a 2 count.
Nice.
And then JD McDonough tries to go to the top rope and tries to hit Apollo Crews with a diving moonsault, only to land on his feet and for Apollo Crews to hit his finisher and pinning him 1, 2, 3. Your winner, Apollo Crews.
Not bad.
The match was great. My only criticism was that the booking just seemed confusing because, Apollo Crews, he's definitely deserves to be in a conversation for the top championship. But at the same time, it looked like for weeks, they're trying to rebuild the killer side of the killer heat on JD McDonough when he's wrestling these other guys and trying to put him away into the hospital. All of his matches were stopped by the referee because he went too far. And I feel like his comeback streak was halted by Apollo Crews. I don't know, Juan. What do you think? This booking choice.
Well, by my figuring is that Apollo Crews, he's clearly was sent down to NXT for polishing, for helping the other guys come on up. JD McDonough is already a seasoned dude, so both these guys already being seasoned, both these guys already having plenty more experience in them than the majority of the NXT rookies / upstarts, even more experience than the NXT champion himself. We expected a stinker because we haven't seen anything that intriguing from Apollo Crews storyline wise, and JD McDonough is coming off of losing his shots at the NXT title. But no, these two guys provided a nice quality match. I like it.
I like that too. Like I said, it's just it just feels weird because for the past 2 weeks, JD McDonough has been winning matches via referee stoppage by going too far and hurting his opponents.
Yep.
And then
Hurt
he gets
me more, Snake.
And I thought that he was going to do the same to Apollo Crews and put him away on an injury shelf, but no, he lost.
He just lost flat out, flat backed.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I got no words. I don't know what to tell you.
All right, let's get to the exciting segment of the night, and this is the official announcement from the NXT commissioner, the former WWE World Heavyweight Champion and 2009 Hall of Famer, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Oh, man. All right, so let's get to it. Ever since the rebranding of NXT, Shawn Michaels has been showing up a lot more as the on TV as the on-screen authority
Okay,
figure.
I'll stop boxing his theme.
Yeah. No, since the rebranding of NXT, Shawn Michaels has been appearing more and more on screen as the authority figure of NXT because, after all, we'd like to know who the hell's making these matches.
Well, it does feel nice to have a face to blame, but we know for a fact that Shawn is really there to help train the folks. He's really there to help bring up some of the younger guys. He helped train Logan Paul
Yes, he did.
for his match in Saudi Arabia. And for what it's worth, Logan Paul put on a hell of a show. So Shawn Michaels is definitely putting his experience to use. Just don't ask him about Montreal or Sunny or about losing a smile
Or the curtain call.
or the curtain call
Yeah.
or the or alluding to leaving his buddies
Oh, God. All right, so...
or turning his back on Triple H
And
or
this-
Triple H turning his back on him.
All right, so in this announcement, first of all, I like how he starts off that NXT is the brand for the young stars to hone their talents, develop themselves, and become the stars of tomorrow, but it's also the brand where they specialize in innovation. I like how he starts that off because, yes, a lot of great match concepts actually came from NXT. I mean, fucking Survivor Series War Games? War Games?
Excuse me. If you're gonna say it, Jose,
All right, fine.
You're gonna say it right.
Survivor Series War Games! It
Yeah.
didn't. It started in NXT.
To be perfectly 100% historically accurate, it started in WCW,
All
but
right,
then
fine.
it got its revival in NXT.
Okay, it started in WCW, but it got its revival in NXT. But NXT made it cool again.
Yes, they did. But then AEW used it again with their own blood and guts match.
And take it for
tweaked
what it's
and-
worth.
Take it for what it's worth.
Yeah.
Not to say that AEW's version is bad. It's clearly a ripoff, but let's keep going.
All right, so in this announcement, Shawn Michaels has announced that there will be a new match concept that will be introduced at the pay-per-view event NXT Deadline called the Iron Survivor Challenge. And
what?
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's called the Iron Survivor Challenge, and these are the rules that follows. There's going to be two separate challenges for the men's, one for the men's, and the other for the women's divisions.
So it's. Would you like me to read it off? Or
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right. So, as you can plainly see on the screen, two superstars start. Every 5 minutes, another enters until all 5 contestants are in. The objective is to have the most falls by the end of 25-minute timer. So you get a point if you win a fall. If you lose, you go into a penalty box for 90 seconds. The person who gets the most pinfalls when the clock hits 25 minutes wins and becomes the number 1 contender to the NXT Championship. So this is an NXT Championship number 1 contendership match.
Yes.
And so, like I said, this is the Iron Survivor Challenge. So it's part Iron Man match, part Survivor Series match.
Yep.
No, actually, no, not Survivor Series because there's no freaking tag teams.
Championship
elimination.
Scramble? Ish.
Kind of.
Kind of.
And it's part Royal Rumble also because you start off with people in the ring and then 5 minutes another comes in. So 15 minutes in, all 5 contestants should be in the match.
It's a fun.
By that point, you have 10 minutes if you're the last man in to score more pinfalls than the other person. And is this like pinfall or submission?
Yes, pinfall or submission or disqualification. That's how these falls are determined.
Disqualifications included too?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how bullshit that could be turned around?
Yeah, I was
Also-
going to say, that is the one thing I actually have to take the NXT to task for, because why would you include a disqualification as a fall when there's 5 guys in there? Do you expect any of them to actually play, not pull out any weapons or not take advantage of the rules?
Right? For crying out loud.
Oh my goodness. Like, I love the idea. It's a great idea. The Iron Survivor Challenge. Holy shit, that's awesome. But
I'm not sure. It feels like it might be a little bit much. It feels like it's a little bit much. I'm not sure. I would have to see it in action before I can give a proper judgment.
Absolutely, and we will catch it, and we will watch it in action, and we will discuss it since the pay-per-view event is on Saturday, December 10th. And me and Juancho, we're going to be sitting down. We're going to watch that pay-per-view.
So the Saturday of the weekend before Holiday Matsuri, we're going to be doing this madness.
Yeah, it's not no, we're not doing a watch party. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's at 8 p.m. Come on, we're going to be streaming the Ravens Flock at that time.
Yeah, good point.
But we are going to watch it nonetheless. All right. So that being said, great announcement for Shawn Michaels. It's awesome. Oh, fun fact: this isn't the first time that he's actually been an authority figure. In the year of 1999, Shawn Michaels was actually appointed as WWF commissioner during the Attitude Era in the feud with Austin versus The Rock at WrestleMania 15.
Yep. And he was flagrantly abusing his authority figure position as the commissioner of the WWF by using his authority to help his buddies and D-Generation X.
Yeah.
And then he was made the official spokesman, and then he was special guest referees for stuff. So he would hang around and do stuff even when he wasn't in the ring competing.
It's almost as if giving Shawn Michaels power is the worst thing to do because he will screw you over.
I wonder,
that's all he does.
I wonder. Actually, you can probably look back at the end of an era match, the Hell in a Cell match between Undertaker and Triple H, where Shawn Michaels, he wasn't really abusing his power on it. He was like, okay, I can't watch these two guys slaughter each other anymore. I'm going to kick the shit out of both of them, grab one of them, and count a pinfall, and hope to God the other guy doesn't kick. Why did the other guy kick out? And you remember he threw himself into the corner, and he was cradling his head, and his hair was all over the place, and the giant bald spot that he was left on him by Bret Hart was like flailing all over on him. You could see it. He's like, no, why? And that still ended with 20-0 for The Undertaker, and then Bork Laser showed up. Okay.
I was going to say, Juan, don't forget,
Bork
he
Laser,
did referee the match between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton at Hell in a Cell 2013, where he screwed over Daniel Bryan.
I know.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man.
Case
I
Storm
know
agrees. He is Bork Laser.
He is Bork Laser. I know what you're saying, Juan. He's not always screwing people over, but the batting average, I'm sorry. I can't. I can't with this guy.
All right.
Let's go ahead and move on. This is a match of the night, and this is the re-debut of the tag team from India, Indus Sher. Veer Mahan and Sangha have reunited in a tag team squash match, which went a lot longer than it should have. Was it?
So Veer Mahan's finally coming?
Veer Mahan came, and so did Sangha.
Ha!
Yep, and much like the match. And much like the snoring squash match that I saw, it was flaccid. All right.
Was it just that they just squashed who?
They just squashed local talent. It was
all right. There, that's it. Dumb.
Yeah.
Gone.
It's done. It was gone. And it doesn't get any better when they were given the mic and they were told to talk.
You got to be kidding me.
Yes, they're feuding with the Diamond Mine. And I'm sorry, the moment they started talking, especially Sangha, they're doomed from the start. Like they tried to sound like serious, but it's just not getting over like the accents. And I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure that Sangha's not putting up a fake accent. I like to think
racist. No, it's not a matter of being racist. It's a matter of like, okay, you want them to. They clearly look terrifying and imposing and sinister and stuff, but they don't sound it.
They don't sound it. And this is why some tag teams, they need managers to talk for them.
Maybe they should get they should get Robert Stone. I hear that he's free for time.
Hey, fun fact, Robert Stone actually did briefly manage them in 2019. Before NXT was on TV.
Let's see, there you go, fucking go. Get him on there.
Yeah.
Why the hell not?
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the main event. And this one is for the NXT Women's title as Alba Fire once again challenges Mandy Rose for the championship in a last woman standing match.
It's exactly what it sounds like, folks. Beat the shit out of your opponent and hope to hell they stay down for a 10 count by the referee.
This is like what, their third encounter now? For goodness sake.
Right. If something new doesn't happen over here, the only way they could end it would be in a goddamn cage match or something. Wait a minute, they didn't have a cage match already, did they?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
Their last encounter was a Halloween Havoc where Mandy Rose successfully defeated Alba Fire after being dragged around and kidnapped in a haunted house or whatever the fuck. This match was pretty damn brutal. And not brutal as in bad, brutal as in good. They brought out all the weapons. Alba Fire brought out the bat. They brought out chairs. They also brawled outside the ring over the security barricade. They brought out the ladder. The ladder came into play, and it was so freaking awesome to watch. I loved it. There was one spot, first of all, let me talk about the ladder spots. I like how Mandy and Alba Fire used the ladders on each other, especially Mandy, where she slams the ladder right down onto Alba Fire as she was on the ground.
And then, what? Okay.
Grabbing the ladder.
It was up, and she just threw it down on Alba Fire.
Yes. It was closed. It wasn't open up.
Okay, ow, still, shit.
I know, very ow. There was another spot that got me a little when I saw it, was when Mandy Rose threw Alba Fire over the top rope in the ring, and when Alba Fire landed outside, it looks like she was cradling her leg. She may have, I don't know if she landed awkwardly. There was no indication of an injury, thank goodness, but watching that, I'm just please be careful. The injury bug is hitting a lot of wrestlers right now. Please, I don't need another wrestler on the shelf. Right, Juan?
Yeah, no, the last thing we need is that, especially if it's someone who's in the championship picture.
Exactly. And then everything... yeah, I know, right? And then we reach the end where after Alba Fire hits a really awesome gory bomb and planting Mandy Rose face first onto the ring apron outside, looks pretty awesome. Alba Fire then sets up the announce table, puts Mandy Rose onto the table, and then Alba Fire goes to the top of the ladder, and it looks like she was going to jump and does her swanton dive until, surprise, we get a surprise attack from an NXT newcomer straight from NXT UK. Her name is Isla Dawn. You could go ahead and do your Google search right now if you need to.
Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn. ISLA Dawn. And she missed.
Not Isla Dawn?
No, Isla Dawn.
Oh, Lord.
And she missed Alba Fire in the face.
Oh, no.
And throws her off the ladder through the announce
no.
table.
Oh, no.
And
she's sexy. Help.
And oh, boy. Hang on a minute.
I got K-Storm's attention. Okay.
Show.
Okay.
Yeah, show.
Oh, God.
Look up her other
Help.
images.
I can't.
Oh, no. She's hot.
Help. She's hot. I don't know what to do.
So Isla Dawn missed Alba Fire in the face, throws her off the ladder. Alba Fire crashes through the announce table. She's unable to answer the 10 count. It is over. Your winner and still NXT Women's Champion, Mandy Rose. And can we please move on from this rivalry? It is done. We should not be rewarding people who are losing, much like Von Wagner, who shouldn't have been given a shot at the NXT title. I'm sorry. Alba Fire, that's it. It's done. It's over. The fire's extinguished.
But why are we extinguishing? Oh, I'm over here thinking okay, at some point or another, Mandy Rose has got to drop the championship. She has to. There's no fucking way.
At this point,
who are we getting her ready for? Is it Nikita Lyons? Is it Cora Jade?
At this point, it feels...
Roxanne Perez. Who?
At this point, the way they're treating the championship, it feels more like a prop now.
I don't know. No, it's not like it's. I wouldn't say.
Or like a piece of jewelry for her to just. I don't know, man.
Okay, no. Here's the thing. The whole it's a prop argument would be that it's worthless. She's not making it worthless. She's trying to make it worth a lot by continuously defending it and successfully defending it. That's what it means when they're saying that it's a prop.
Fair enough.
In
My
this
bad.
case, it's okay. Is there anyone else who they can throw at Mandy Rose, who would actually be a good fit to be the next NXT Women's Champion?
You know, Juan brings up a good point. Who's left?
Okay,
Who's fucking left now?
Okay, we got Nikita Lyons. We've got Nikki Cross is up in. She's the 24/7 champion, even though she threw it in the trash can.
Yeah, she's on Raw. She's done with NXT. Yeah.
Let's see, Cora Jade, Roxanne Perez.
No, because Mandy Rose beat Roxanne Perez. That's when Cora Jade turned on her.
Katana Chance and Kaden Carter.
No, they're NXT Women's Tag Team Champions.
But one of them should probably go for the championship. Maybe
they should.
Maybe.
I'm just there's there's barely anyone left now to challenge Mandy Rose. It's just what the fuck. I like the match. It was great. And Isla Dawn's debut, hell fucking yeah. I saw her matches on NXT UK. She fucking gives me
Can
goosebumps.
I show folks what I mean when I said, "Oh no, help, she's hot"?
Yes, you can go ahead and show the
and I'm
folks
not
what
even
you
trying
mean.
to say this in a pervy way. Like, oh no, she's goddamn sexy. I cannot.
You're fine. You're fine, Juan. It's okay.
Okay.
It's all right.
And I'll go ahead and I'll send you the image of her, Jose. Here she is.
No, I can find it myself. You don't have to send
so
me
that way,
shit.
if you need it in the future for thumbnails, here we go.
You don't have to
Like
send
I
me
said,
anything,
help
Juancho.
me,
It's
she's
fine.
hot.
But if
This-
you want a
this
more
hurts.
accurate, awesome photo of her, here I'll send one to you right now on Messenger on Facebook, because it's pretty fucking cool.
Oh, the one
That
with her.
one, yes. Isla Dawn, holy fuck. Let me let me do a little bit of background on her.
I guess that's pretty much the factor for this match. It was more like, okay, I guess Isla Dawn is gonna throw the whole rivalry between Alba Fire and Mandy Rose into a bit of a spiral. Like, okay, we have a new X factor in this rivalry, the appearance of Isla Dawn.
That's a possibility. Now, a little background on her. She's from Glasgow, Scotland. She wrestled in NXT UK. Yes, she is. She has wrestled in NXT UK. She has taken on a lot of wrestlers in NXT UK. Nina Samuels, Alba Fire, Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship in a losing effort. Also having battles against Miko Satomura for the NXT UK Women's title.
Okay, she survived Mako Satomura?
Yes.
Okay, that's respect.
Yes, it is. That is fucking respect.
That's about, that's.
And
oh
I'm
God.
so glad that she's here. Like, after the announcement of, like, several of the NXT UK talents who were released after they closed down NXT UK, like, I was afraid if she was going to be one of them that got the axe, but no, thankfully they kept her.
Nah, yeah, it looks like, that she's going to be sticking around. Also, apparently she's going to be using, like a
Vampire,
supernatural, Mistress of the Dark kind of vibe to her.
Which I'm all for, if you ask me. I'm all for it. All for it. Give me all the supernatural shit. If it's done right.
We also have Scarlet on there, and she's got it down.
Yeah, she does.
Kind of.
She just needs to work on her fireballs. That's all.
It's back and to the left.
Look, if
Back and to the left. Back and to the left.
Also, Juan, I have to correct myself. Chris Jericho is not the only master of fireballs. There is another.
Who?
Alexa Bliss. When she fireballed Randy Orton into face.
I remember when she was creepy Alexa.
I know, right? Come on. You liked creepy Alexa.
Yeah, and I question myself every day for it.
All right. Let's go ahead and move on to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite.
This is their go-home show before their upcoming pay-per-view event, AEW Full Gear. All right.
I actually need a second because I'm trying to fix the graphic that you gave me, and it is extremely gigantic.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And I apologize. I got it straight from Twitter.
God almighty. What the hell? Twitter's falling apart.
I don't know.
It's a Twitter fire.
Yeah, Twitter's becoming a trash fire.
Indeed.
Our
Please.
lady friend Kim, she's got it almost down to a T. Twitter's falling apart.
Pretty much. Also, yes, follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/ravensflock13. Anyway, so.
Okay, I can't do anything with this yet.
Oh, okay. No worries. Well, I'll just take a couple of minutes to just briefly discuss like the landscape. Yeah, no, we're close to our fourth pay-per-view event. AEW in its 3 years, they always host like 4 pay-per-view events in each quarter. There's Revolution, Double or Nothing, All Out, and Full Gear. And
there we go. Holy crap.
all right, here we go. We're back in business. The show kicks off with a tag match, player.
Holla, holla.
The team of representing the Jericho Appreciation Society, the Ring of Honor World Champion himself, the Ocho, Chris Jericho.
No, I don't want us calling him the Ocho anymore. He ripped us off. No, I'm freaking serious. No. This isn't a freaking.
It's your fault, Juan.
Yeah, it's not my fault, and I'm stripping him of that power. We're not calling him the Ocho anymore until I start seeing some goddamn cash apps from Tony fucking Khan. Hey, Tony, you want to go ahead and help your boy Chris Jericho over here monetize our shit? We're demanding a cut.
Oh, my God.
Our Cash App is in the description here.
I
It's in the
seriously-
chat.
I seriously
Hashtag
think-
the Ravens flock.
I seriously
Fucking
think
hell.
that either AEW is watching us right now on Wrestle Rewind right now, or Chris Jericho is watching us, and he's like that he's coming up with ideas.
Ripping off the Ravens flock, baby.
I bet he's thinking like, what can they say that I can make money off of?
I'll be the outro, baby.
Shit, man. Oh my God.
Anybody else in the chat, folks? If you're in here, go ahead and say hi. Don't be shy.
But then
we don't bite anymore.
But then again, I'm probably being paranoid. Then again, I'm probably being paranoid. It sounds about as crazy as Tony Khan accusing WWE of spending bots on social media. I don't know. Anyways, so
Probably got him for Bot Sentinel. Anyway.
ha.
Anyway,
Anyways, this was a fun tag match. The heels started off by getting some heat on the Blackpool Combat Club, dominating the match early on, doing another sex god pose, which is not as cool as when they first did it in 2019. Sorry.
yeah, sorry. No, because Sammy Guevara, he looks like a fuckboy.
Well, doesn't he always?
Yeah, he has always looked like a fuckboy.
Yeah.
Lisa Booth throwing some hearts up. Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, and then the match continued on as Bryan Danielson brawled with Sammy Guevara at ringside, and Bryan Danielson's chest is lit up and it's all pink, and holy shit, the punishment on Bryan Danielson. And then in the ring, Jericho tries to lock in the walls of Jericho onto Claudio Castagnoli, only for Claudio to power out from the walls of Jericho, and then they brawl outside of the ring. Like they take turns, and who's brawling in and out. So Jericho and Sammy Guevara are back into the ring. They exchange a series of blows, and it looks like Bryan Danielson is like, I don't want to use the term hulking up, brother, but he was like getting fired up every time Sammy Guevara tries to hit him and hit him and hit him to no effect. Until Bryan Danielson tries to lock in the LeBell Lock submission hold for Sammy Guevara to counter it, tries to hit him with the GTH, the go to hell, and it doesn't, and he nails him. And they try to get a 2 count, and then he tags in Chris Jericho for Jericho to hit the lion salt. They only get a 2 count after Claudio Castagnoli rushes into the ring and bulldogs Jericho right in the face, like headbutts him to break up the 2 count, and it was all pretty good. I like this. This was pretty awesome. And then everything comes to an end where Claudio Castagnoli, he grabs Floyd, the baseball bat from Jericho, as Jericho tries to cheat, and then fucking swings him around, and I don't know how many rotations before finally locking in the sharpshooter with the bat in hand, forcing Chris Jericho, the Ring of Honor World Champion, to tap out. Your winners, representing the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli, and the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. And
Thank God.
And
the
all
right
four
people won.
And all 4 of these competitors will be battling against each other in a fatal 4-way match for the Ring of Honor World Championship at Full Gear.
Oh my God, you're right. I actually forgot that Sammy Guevara is wrestling.
I know. It's okay.
That's how little I care about Guevara.
I know, because of the recent controversy, yeah.
No, because I really don't care for the boy.
Oh.
He's a boy. He is a fuck boy.
Okay, but part of the heat on Sammy Guevara isn't his fault.
No, Sammy Guevara has fuckboy little dick energy.
Okay.
All day, every day.
Okay. You're ripping on him as a character. Okay.
No, and a person.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, then. Moving on. Let's get to the exciting match of the night. And this is let me use the AEW term, a trios match for the AEW World Trios Championship, as the champions themselves, the Death Triangle, that would be the Bastard Pac, the Lucha Bros, Penta El Cero Miedo, and Rey Fenix, takes on the tag team, the reunited tag team of Top Flight, Dante Martin and Darius Martin, and a Ring of Honor alumni, a notable Ring of Honor alumni. His name is A.R. Fox, and he is one of the innovators of high-flying style in professional wrestling. A little background on A.R. Fox before I review the match.
Yes, please. Teach people about A.R. Fox. I don't even know who the hell this dude is.
No, it's okay. Which
one of them is he? Is he the dude all the way on the right?
He's the dude all the way on the right. He is 6 foot, 185 pounds, from Ansonia, Connecticut. He's been wrestling since 2006. 2007. He's wrestled primarily for Ring of Honor, along with CCW and Evolve Wrestling, and he's also wrestled for Lucha Underground. And let's see here. Surprisingly, he's not captured any titles from Ring of Honor. He has won the Lucha Underground Trios Championship, and he's also the Evolved World Champion. But yeah, no. And as far as his wrestling style goes, apparently, according to what I've read up on him, a lot of his high-flying, like, innovative moves, like that, it's what inspired for a lot of, like, wrestlers, a lot of high-flying wrestlers today to implement them in their own skill set, including the aforementioned Top Flight.
Okay, so they modeled themselves after him. He's their hero. He's here to help them.
I wouldn't go as far as to say he's the hero.
He's the guy that they modeled themselves after.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He's their hero.
So, and speaking of high flying, yeah, no, there is way too many high flying spots in this fucking match.
So we had great lucha things.
We had you said it, not me. We had great lucha things. We had a great spot, which was cool, from AR Fox, where he did, like, it was so awesome. I loved it. It was amazing. What he did was he did an 054, like not a 450 splash, but he did like an 054 splash, which is kind of like a reverse, like a backwards 450 splash that you'd see from Mustafa Ali.
Okay, no. Okay, pump the fucking brakes. A 450 splash, so folks know, is when you front flip with 1.5 full rotations, landing belly against belly of your opponent. Like you land belly first on your opponent, but not before front flipping 1.5 times.
Yeah.
So the 054 is him back flipping 1.5 times.
Yeah, it's crazy. And
No, it's not crazy. It's impossible. The motherfucker broke the Matrix. Also, Lisa Boo is clocking out for the night. She's saying, have a great night, everyone. Sending much love. Thank you so much for the love, Lisa Boo.
Have a great night, Lisa Boo. Thank you very much for tuning in.
All the support you guys give us tonight.
Indeed. And he nails all of the Death Triangle. Of course, the Death Triangle were able to rally back during this 3-on-3 encounter, and they were able to neutralize Top Flight out of ringside. The Lucha Bros grab AR Fox and plant the Fear Factor pile driver.
Also, we got Rebecca Zucks in the chat. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome to this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind. We hope you are enjoying your new Ravensflock T-shirt.
Indeed. Thank you so much.
We saw the photo that you sent. We appreciate it immensely. Thank you so much.
So AR Fox gets planted with the Fear Factor pile driver by the Lucha Bros. Then Rey Fenix rushes out and does a top rope dive to make sure that Top Flight stays down as Pac goes to the top turnbuckle and plants AR Fox with a black arrow, securing the win. So your winners and still AEW World Trios Champions, Death Triangle.
The Death Triangle.
Then after the match, they cut a promo against, let's not kid ourselves, the fucking Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, ahead of their encounter at Full Gear. They made it very clear that they're not idiots. That if they think that the Elite could just waltz in and just take the championships away from them, that they're dead wrong. And then we got a Titantron graphic of the clock striking midnight, and then we get the reverse Thanos effect in the match card where the Elite just blipped themselves into the match. So I guess it's official: Death Triangle versus the Elite for the AEW World Trios title at Full Gear Saturday. You guys can't see me, but Juan is giving me a.
They can't see me. They can't see me.
They can't. You can't see Juan, but Juan's giving me a very, very, very not so happy look.
Can they just fucking stay gone already? Those stupid ganky cooking fucks. They cost us CM Punk. The fucking assholes.
Yeah, they did. They're fucking assholes.
I don't give a damn if they're the freaking founding fathers of AEW. Yeah, motherfuckers, if you're founding fathers, why the fuck do you have to go out of your way to A, not help put over the tag team divisions that 2 of the 3 members of the Elite helped found, B, have a proper match against the 2 men in the tag team division who are clearly superior professional wrestlers to you because they know that if they go into the ring with FTR, they'll be fucking exposed. C, have Kenny Oblivious run anything. Remember, $80 million spent on a $40 million budget for their video game, and we still haven't seen anything more than pre-rendered demo footage for a commercial.
Actually,
And
go on. I'll
What's
finish.
more, they're so butthurt over actually having proper talent that they go off and make these stupid belts. The World Trios Championship that literally has them on the fucking belts. And yes, Jen, I am having a tantrum. I'm fucking allowed. The fucking Elite are pathetic little shitlings.
Considering how they've carried them, how they carried themselves during the time in AEW and the mess that happened at the AEW at the Brawl Out following AEW's All Out pay-per-view event in September. Yeah, no, I would say Juan's rant is very much justified. They're fucking idiots. I don't like them. That's why on our Ravens Flock social media icons, like, I went and blocked the Elite.
Really?
Yeah, I even okay, I'll out myself. I didn't follow the Young Bucks, but I did follow Kenny Omega because I thought out of the three of them, Kenny Omega, at the very least, since he is the workhorse of the Elite, he at least could put on good one-on-one matches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, he could put on good matches as long as he doesn't have to lose in any match. And if he does have to, then he just makes himself and his opponent look like horse's ass. If you thought that Shawn Michaels was goofing up when his match against Hulk Hogan in SummerSlam 2006, you ain't seen nothing until you saw a Kenny Olivier match.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I went and unfollowed all of them. This is... I don't like the Elite. Juan doesn't like the Elite. And I really hope they don't win this Saturday. Because if they win this Saturday, wow. If that is not an obvious sign of a pure favoritism, big dick favoritism, then I don't...
Shrimp dick favoritism.
Shrimp dick favoritism, then I don't know what is. Go on, Juancho.
Jen is saying, I had my phone turned down low and I could hear it. I had to listen to hear the rant. Thank you, Jen. At least I'm keeping you entertained.
Juan's rant is so loud that it can literally cause earthquakes. Right now, there could be a fucking there's a 5-pointer happening right now in California. Thanks to you, Juan.
I'm sorry, Lewis. In my defense, I hate the Elite.
It's okay. I'm sure he'll forgive you. And hopefully he doesn't send you the hospital bill.
I'm broke. He can send me all he wants. I ain't paying that hospital bill. You think I pay my own hospital bills?
All right. Now the best segment of the night. I kid you not. The AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Acclaimed, have released a new music video. A Hand for a Hand. And
What?
Yes, that is their new hip-hop music video. I actually saw the video. It was fucking awesome. It was great. These guys are funny as shit. Obviously, the music video was also making fun of Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland as they brought in a couple of actors to play them, like parody them, I guess. And it was so fucking cool. Obviously Max Caster, he knows how to drop rhymes. And... yeah, no, it was a fun music video. And you know what? I don't care what people say, like, oh, it doesn't have the same energy as an in-ring promo. Who gives a fuck? It's a music video. You guys forget. Max Caster is not just a wrestler, but he's also a good artist, for fuck's sake, man. Shit.
I'm going to have to watch the video.
But but during the video, it gave us an iconic throwback. I kid you not. If you are fans of pro wrestling from as far back as the early 90s, only you would get this reference. Juan, share with them. I know I sent it to you. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Out of the old closets of WCW, there's a footage in the music video where the Acclaimed are dressed up as interviewers, and they're interviewing Paul White, former WWE superstar, The Big Show, and he's dressed up in his old gear as Captain Insano from WCW.
What? What the shit?
Oh my God!
Okay. Okay.
Oh my God!
All right. So, Paul White,
Yes.
The Big Show.
Yep.
He had the choice of either A, according to him, allegedly, going from the main roster to NXT to shake things up with the younger wrestlers, maybe win matches, maybe lose matches to some of the younger guys, and still get paid like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Or B, come to AEW, get paid to do nothing, and occasionally show up in his old tighty whities from his gimmick from over 20 years ago. Vicente Guerrero's in the chat. Hello, Vicente Guerrero. The Acclaimed have great comedic timing. LOL at that video. Hells yeah.
Hells yeah, it won.
So,
Despite that,
Paul
the fans
White?
loved it.
Okay, no, notice how I'm not ragging on the fans, loving it. I'm over here thinking like Paul White clearly doesn't actually care about wrestling anymore. If he did, he would actually have some self-respect.
Now, hang on a minute. I do have to contend with you on that because as of right now, as far as Paul White is concerned, from what I know, he is a color commentator for AEW Dark Elevation on YouTube. He also serves as a backstage coach to help out the talent, and I say this and it's stretchly, like loosely defined, occasionally wrestles. And by occasional, I mean the last time he got in the ring in AEW was against QT Marshall last year in AEW All Out 2021.
So, again, he has no passion for wrestling anymore.
Or maybe he's just trying to take it easy because he's getting up there in the age. Remember, he's all over 50 years old.
Yeah, but it's clear he doesn't care about wrestling anymore. He just went and grabbed easy money. And Jen,
okay, but
Jen
at the same
is saying like, okay, I'm putting the paperwork away and I'm paying attention. Like, Jen, well, like I appreciate that, but if your paperwork is important, we don't want to be distracting you that much.
Okay, Juan, on the one hand, I agree with you with him not wrestling, but on the other hand, would you rather see him wrestle? Kind of like how we've been seeing Chris Jericho wrestle in his 50s?
I would rather see him wrestle in WWE where he could still have some shred of dignity. But no, apparently he's joining in with ganking and gooking and taking easy money from the easy money mark. And also, Lorraine Lamour is in the chat. Hello, Lorraine. How's it going? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. He's saying, hello, Tug finally finished. I learned a lot about NFX last night.
Nice.
NFX? Do you mean the FTX guys on our program of the Black Files last night?
Well, if you learned a lot, then hey, more power to you.
That.
Yeah.
You should be like, it's a stopping point. Okay, that's good, Jen. Like we don't want to distract you from your work if you got to do that.
Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to the match of the night. And this match
do I have to?
Yeah, this match didn't have any heat on it, considering that Toni Storm is defending the AEW interim women's world title this Saturday. She defended it last night on Dynamite against. Well, it was originally scheduled to be against the Bunny. Allie.
So it was supposed to be against Allie. Okay, is she finally dropped out of the Butcher and the Blade and the Bunny thing, stupid thing?
Nope, because that's still a thing. However, apparently, according to what's announced by AEW, apparently the Bunny.
It's okay, Lorraine. If you didn't get the name right,
yeah.
It's all right. I was just wondering if that was what you meant.
The Bunny came down with an illness, and she was pulled out of the championship match for Dynamite. So in her place is none other than representing the Jericho Appreciation Society, Anna Jay.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
More Joss. Notice how much exposure the Jericho Appreciation Society is getting on TV now.
Hey, if you're friends with Jericho, then you're guaranteed You're guaranteed to be famous.
No, if you're friends with Jericho, you're guaranteed to
have a job.
Apparently. Now she can learn on wrestling. Yay.
All right. So like I said, there's really not much to say about this match. Like I said, this match didn't have any heat because it was thrown together just like 3 nights before the pay-per-view event, which this argument can also be made for the trios titles. Like, why have them defended if they're going to be defending it on the pay-per-view? Whatever.
So let me get this straight. The interim women's world championship, the interim women's world champion had a match against someone, but that someone that she had a match against couldn't make it. So the interim champion was facing a replacement challenger
from the Jericho Appreciation Society.
No.
All right.
No, you can stop that. The Jericho has enough poor saps latched onto his nards. He doesn't need you giving him any fellatio either.
Fair enough. So now, to Anna Jay's credit, she's not a slouch. She's actually good in the ring herself. And she did put on a great match. Like I said, this was not a bad match. It was a good match. But the problem is that there's no heat to this match. It was slapped together nights before the pay-per-view event. So not enough for us to care about. And Toni Storm, Toni Storm was worked over, but she dominated at the end, where she hits Anna Jay with a couple of strikes, hits her with a running hip attack, or as I like to call it, the sweet chin music.
Ha.
Ha.
Also, Vicente in the chat is saying, as much as I like Chelsea Green, I would rather she stays in Impact Wrestling with Deonna Purrazzo over returning to WWE again. But hey, it's Chelsea's career, not mine.
All right,
We'll
so
actually
we'll
get
get
to
we'll
Impact
get
in a
we'll,
little bit.
yeah, we'll get to Impact in a little bit, but at the end, Toni Storm picks up the win after executing her her submission move. I think it was a sharpshooter and forcing NJ to tap out. Oh, gee, wow! It's isn't that the same result as we saw in the first match where Jericho tapped out to the sharpshooter? So yeah, your winner and still AEW Interim Women's World Champion Toni Storm, and then after the match, her number one contender, Jamie Hayter, came down to the ring and had a one-on-one stare down with Toni Storm ahead of their pay-per-view.
Referee in the chat is saying, oh shit, I forgot. I gotta get up early tomorrow. Good night, folks. Good night, Referee. We hope you have a good night. Be
Good
sure
night.
to watch us on the replay.
Yes, catch us on the replay, please. So yeah, like I said, there's not much to this match. It was just filler, which adds to the growing problem of the AEW women's roster being mishandled by the AEW themselves. The problem that still lingers on, a major problem, a major talking point right now.
But let's go ahead and bring back Kenny Oblivious, the dude who's apparently in charge of the women's division, because what could go wrong?
Yeah,
also,
I know, right?
Rebecca Zux is saying, hey, I love watching you guys because I learned so much about different things. That is really important. We appreciate that, Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
And Vicente saying Toni Storm being confronted by Jamie Hayter was dumb. JD walks fast to the ring as if they will brawl. Then all they do is shit talk.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all they do was just talk. And then we
Why?
get to the boring segment of the night, and this is like, it wasn't boring, but I feel like it was a drive-by segment. Like I'll explain. It all happened in the span of 30 seconds.
What the hell is
Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, we're all trying to cut a promo because they have a tag match against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett have a tag match against Sting and Darby Allin this Saturday at Full Gear. And they were just going by so many things in a matter of like 30 seconds. And then in the middle of Jay Lethal and Sanjay Dutt like jerking each other off with their words, Jeff Jarrett then steps in and then cuts his own promo really fast. And then they just walk off. Like I said, all of it just happened in 30 seconds. Like, what the fuck?
How much you want to bet that one of these segments ran longer than it was supposed to, and that's the reason why we got this rush job of a promo segment with Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett, you got a really shitty photo of him here. He looks like a drunk uncle. He looks like a drunkle.
He's in his 50s.
No, he looks like a drunkle who stumbled into the wrestling arena, and he is not supposed to be backstage. Somebody get your drunkle out of here. King of the Mountain.
You know, if you're at a point,
Slap
yeah, I
nuts.
was gonna say maybe wrestlers need to retire at the point where they get to where they should retire. I think they need to retire once they hit their 50s. Like Jeff Jarrett needs to retire from the ring. Chris Jericho, for goodness sake, he needs to retire.
So you can say
what
boring. You're kidding.
You can say what you want about Paul White, but Paul White not being in the ring is actually a good thing. I don't think I can handle Paul White with another injury.
Okay, either Paul White wrestles a proper swan song farewell match, or he stops being involved in wrestling at all.
And Mark,
stop it.
Okay, can you say the same for Mark Henry though?
Yes, I could say the same about Mark Henry. If Mark Henry's that hell bent on trying to bilk Tony Khan for money, either make your money proper wrestling, or get the fuck out. Like, if he's going to be commentary, then be commentary on a show, not on Dark Elevation or Dark or Underdark or Darkly Lit.
He actually does commentary for AEW Rampage, and he also does backstage interviews for Rampage. So he's on TNT.
The televised version of Dark.
Yes.
Mother of fucks.
Yeah. All right. So now this segment I do want to talk about because this seemed very weird.
Why is Britt Baker staring daggers into my soul?
Because Britt Baker, believe it or not, actually cut a surprising babyface promo against Saraya ahead of their encounter this Saturday. Like, wow.
What?
Yeah, no, it was a babyface promo. She basically said, like, she was basically addressing, like, how much she respects Saraya and everything that she's accomplished, everything that she's fought through, the drug addictions and everything, and the injuries and everything else. But she also mentioned about how she helped shape the AEW women's division, how she started off as just this happy-go-lucky girl with a lot to learn. And in the 3 years that she's been in AEW, she has become the face of the women's division. And to her credit, she's not wrong. She has been carrying the whole women's division. And
which is a little bit sad if you think about it. If you can only point to one woman being quote unquote worthy of being like the face of the women's division in AEW, and it's only Britt Baker. Not to say that she's bad, but if she's the only one, you have a problem. You need 6. Paul Heyman, when he came up with his SmackDown 6 formula, that was a fucking stroke of genius.
That was a stroke of genius. But getting back to it, she also mentioned that Saraya is not owed anything, that the professional wrestling world, that AEW does not owe her anything. And in the end, like she will show Saraya at Full Gear that this is really Dr. Britt Baker's house and not Saraya's house.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she once again stole the fans from Saraya. Like, okay, it's a great babyface promo. Don't get me wrong, but in this rivalry, isn't it supposed to be Saraya the babyface and Dr. Britt Baker the heel? Like, did nobody backstage, did none of the coaches or producers looked at this before they aired it on TV and go, oh shit, we might be shooting ourselves in the foot?
What producers? What backstage producers? They don't have backstage producers. They have coaches. Who's the women's coach?
I have no idea.
Exactly. Do you know what that means? Do you know who? If we have no clue who it falls to, do you know who it does fall to afterwards?
Tony Khan.
Tony fucking Khan. Also, he said that Baker may be the heel, but her promos get a face pop. Babyface without trying. By the way, I still like Saraya a lot. No fault in that.
No fault in that. Me and Juan, we like both of the women's competitors. It just the booking of this, like for the past couple of weeks up till now, it just seems like a complete 180 because once again, Dr. Britt Baker stole the fans from the babyface. Like you put her up against any babyface in the AEW women's roster, and it's not going to do them any good because goddamn, Britt Baker is just. I hate saying this.
She's too good at being a promo cutter.
She's too good at being a promo cutter. What the fuck?
It's kind of sad. It's kind of scary.
It's very scary, and it's very tough to watch to see Britt Baker basically cut down any competitor that goes up against her.
She's just good at it. What do you call it? Fucking hell. We said Saraya versus Britt Baker this Saturday featuring Trainwreck booking. Run in by Alberto Del Rio.
Oh no! Fuck Alberto Del Rio.
Fuck Alberto Del Rio.
Fuck that motherfucker. He can go get fucked.
He deserves to go to jail.
He deserves to get prison fucked in jail.
There we go.
No, not in jail, in prison. Because like prison's like the level up from jail.
Kinda, yeah.
Yes.
All
Fuck him.
So,
all right. So
segment before you get to more prison butt stuff.
Yeah, let's get to the main event segment right now. Let's talk about this. Here we go. So this is the final promo of the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley before his clash against MJF at Full Gear. But like he says a couple of words before he gets jumped by Stokely Hathaway and the Firm. And then out comes MJF in full babyface. I'm sorry I didn't get the screenshot of the fight, especially one which I think you'll enjoy, where MJF looks up at W. Morrissey, and to counter W. Morrissey's chokeslam, he takes W. Morrissey to Dick Kick City. And I'm sure, Juan, you would have loved it.
Actually, any day where I get to see and or hear W. Morrissey get his ass handed to him is a good day. I don't care what the circumstances is. The guy's a douchebag. He doesn't but he got so much stuff and he overcame. Like, yes, that is all well and good. He still behaves like a douchebag.
I'm from Queens. Oh, great. I'm from Long Island. Oh, by the way, doink.
I'm from Queens. Yeah, we're from Queens over here too. Jackson Heights, bitch. Guess what? Doink.
I know,
we'll
right?
Doink his ass too. I don't give a fuck how tall W. Morrissey is.
And then MJF got on the mic, and then he started talking down to Jon Moxley, assuring him that this Saturday it will not be the same encounter as when they first fought at All Out in 2020. It's a totally different MJF. He is much more driven. He needs the title more than he needs water, more than he needs food to survive. And he also reiterates his promo about the greatest trick that the devil's done, convincing the world that he doesn't exist. And he tries to finish off saying that he is the devil because he is MJF and because he is better than you And before he finishes it off, Jon Moxley grabs a mic from MJF right off from him. Dun, dun, dun. And then at first he got a little confused because he was like, wait, is the pay-per-view Saturday or Sunday? And then MJF's like, Saturday. Okay, yeah, Saturday.
He sent it on the chat. MJF had the right strategy. Balls, kick, and eye gouges. He was like, fuck y'all.
Yeah. And then Jon Moxley told...
Couch, son. Fuck your couch.
Yeah, and then so apart from that confusion, Jon Moxley then tells MJF, like, yeah, you better find that inner guts right inside you, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out from you because that's my job. And this Saturday at Full Gear, the training wheels, they're coming off. And and Dynamite closes off with the stare down between MJF and Jon Moxley with William Regal in the middle.
But that's not the story of after the show. I believe I sent you as a pair of candid videos that were sent out at the end of the show. Also, Lorraine, I lived in Brooklyn and worked in Manhattan years ago. Hell yeah. See, we all got some New York pride over here.
Yeah. You sent me some... Were they TikTok videos?
Yes, they were TikTok videos. Is something wrong with that?
Okay, let me see if I can find it. What time did you send it?
10:12 in the morning.
10:12 in the morning. All right.
I'm gonna actually go ahead if it's okay with you.
Here we go. I found it.
Yeah, it's basically a promo that MJF cut
after the cameras went off the air.
Yeah.
Imagine for 1 second if you had the opportunity to bring your love of professional wrestling out to the world and create an alternative. Would you do it? This man.
I hope we don't get flagged, Juan, because...
No, this is after the show. What's there going to be?
We got to give not just you, but to give all the boys in the back an opportunity to show the world how much we love professional wrestling. Because this is the place, and the only reason why it's here is because of Tony fucking Khan.
Wow, that he is baby facing hard. Some shit is gonna happen at Full Gear.
No, it wasn't just baby facing hard. He was baby facing against CM Punk, because what you didn't catch from that, I had sent you the night before. Yes, it was another TikTok. This is how I know you don't watch the shit I send you, but you get mad when I don't watch the stuff that you send me. What the heck?
All right, hang on. Go ahead and play it if you can.
Oh snap!
Did it got pulled?
No. Give me a minute. I'm planning on. I'm trying to find it. Give me a minute. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, sorry. You go ahead and play it. Sorry, didn't mean to.
Oh no, you closed it off for me.
Sorry. Go ahead and reopen it.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right, fine.
A lot of bullshit. We all know.
I'm trying to.
However, let me make something crystal clear. Me and you, we've been at odds once or twice. I'm not going to stand here and pretend that's not the case. But there's something I take issue with that I've been seeing lately. Everybody make some noise if you're a fan of professional wrestling.
Okay, Jen Pearson is asking, can I ask a silly question? Did they script all of this? Please don't yell at me. I seriously have no clue. If it's
no.
on TV, it's scripted.
Yeah.
The matches are scripted. The promo segments, they come up with them themselves. The way it's supposed to be done is it's supposed to be, okay, the booker or whoever's putting up the matches together backstage, he goes to the wrestlers, okay, this is what you guys are going to do. This is the finish. You have this much time.
And they do it.
And then they leave, like, the details of the match, of, like, the big moments that they want to do in the match between the wrestlers.
I actually have to put my foot down, Juancho, and I think we shouldn't play it at the risk of this video getting demonetized.
It will not be demonetized.
No, well, last time one of our videos got fucking taken down because of AEW.
Okay, here's the thing. That was from the broadcast. This is after the show went off the air.
Fair enough.
They didn't air this, so this doesn't belong to AEW. This belongs to people.
Okay, fair.
Okay, so MJF and Tony Khan are in the ring.
Now, you guys think you're wrestling fans. Imagine for 1 second if you had the opportunity to bring your love of professional wrestling out to the world and create an alternative. Would you do it?
Okay.
This man right here busts his ass week in, to give all the boys in the back an opportunity to show the world how much we love professional wrestling.
Okay. So, yeah.
This shit is not ballet. Every time we get in this ring, we are risking our lives. Do people understand that? And we don't take that lightly. And what I damn sure don't take lightly is somebody coming in to my company, dropping trout and taking a dump. That shit ain't happening anymore.
Okay, I can see where that's coming from.
It's the place. And the only reason why it's here is because of Tony fucking Khan.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Vicente saying MJF with his love, with his "We love the sport of professional wrestling" promo sounds a lot like Tommy Dreamer. And Jen asking, "Do people really believe these arguments in the ring? If it's on TV, of course we know it's not real. But if these guys are good enough at making it feel real enough to you,
That means they're doing something
that
right.
means they're doing their job right."
Hell's yeah. Yeah, when you master the art of blending in reality with fiction in the world of pro wrestling, then yeah, you're doing something right. But that being said, okay, on the one hand, yeah, it feels like MJF is baby facing all the way here, praising Tony Khan, praising pro wrestling. But on the other hand, yeah, I caught that comment. That was clearly aimed at CM Punk, and he's clearly doing it to try and get some sort of cheap heat.
Yeah, Vicente saying, "LOL." He said, "Fuck you to CM Punk" without saying it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, once again, the public shit slinging on CM Punk following All Out is it's not lost on many people who watch AEW, and it's getting tiresome and it's getting petty. Like, come on, guys, can we just let it go now and just move on? Fucking hell. I hate it when wrestling companies get petty. It's so stupid. Anyways, all right, enough of the petty talk. Let's move on to No, I can't make a clever rhyme. Let's just talk about Impact Wrestling. Damn it. I can't make a clever rhyme.
It's okay. Not everyone's a wordsmith. Let me see here.
All right.
Real quick, I also wanted to see in the chat, Jen was saying, "My mom just told me that my brother's grandmother in the 50s and 60s used to love pro wrestling." Hells yeah.
Hells yeah. Great.
That's
Awesome.
fine.
That's cool. Everyone's a wrestling fan in their own right, whether it's you're a fan of the old of the decades old era of wrestling, or whether you're a fan of the pro wrestling in the 80s or the 90s or in the 2000s or the 2010s or whatever. I mean, if you had a passion for professional wrestling, then yeah, good on you. Awesome. That's great. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with Impact Wrestling. The show opens up with a semifinals match for the X Division Championship tournament for the vacant X Division title, as Black Taurus, representing the DK, takes on another Ring of Honor alumni, PJ Black, former WWE superstar Justin Gabriel, who was also a member of the Nexus in 2010.
That's Justin Gabriel?
Yes.
He looks like a freaking goddamn Nosferatu freaking Rasputin motherfucker.
Oh, yes.
Jesus Crow.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
he's got that freaking sweet stash, and he's got the gray hair.
Okay, so evil wizard-looking dude against evil bull-looking dude.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's see what the evil dudes do.
All right, this was This was pretty fucking fun to watch. They had Crazy Steve at ringside, but Crazy Steve did not interfere during the match. The fight spilled at ringside, but I think there was a spot where I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication here, because here's what happens. PJ Black ran all the way up to the entrance of the Titantron, and then he tries to run down, and he does like a sunset flip bomb onto Black Taurus at ringside. And then I'm trying to think, like, because it looked like it wasn't executed well, and Black Taurus was trying to do something, but he ends up fucking it up. So it didn't look good on TV. They brought the fight back into the ring, and they kept going until Black Taurus was able to get a second win, nails PJ Black with a devastating headbutt. Oh my God. before finally putting him away with his own finishing move and pinning him 1-2-3. Your winner and advancing to the finals tomorrow night at Overdrive versus Trey Miguel for the vacant Impact X Division title, Black Taurus.
Holy crap. So we got Emily Morris in the chat. Hello, Emily. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. She's saying, hi, guys. Coming in late. Just found out this woman I work with loves loves wrestling and wrestles herself. Ava was actually out of it with out of work for a little bit because she hurt her back. And I need to ask more questions. Holy shit.
That's perfectly fine.
No, but that's actually badass. Like, that is cool, Emily.
That is pretty
Congrats.
cool. Now, that being said, I do want to preface it before I continue with this review that I had some signal streaming issues while watching Impact Wrestling, so I wasn't able to catch all of it because the connection kept dropping in and out. I don't know if it's a fault on my end or it's a fault on their end. This wouldn't be the first time that I've had technical difficulties when watching Impact Wrestling, and it's likely not going to be the last.
Oh, Lord. It's kind of disappointing if you think about it. What the hell is Impact doing not, like, getting their streaming stuff right? Is it us? Is it them? What the hell?
I have no idea, but
and
let's...
It's like, yes, it's Justin with a mustache.
Yeah, pretty
He
much.
was in ROH after WWE. Nice to see him in Impact. Yay.
Yeah, he's doing good. That being said, let's go ahead and talk about the exciting match of the night, and this is a fatal four-way tag team match. Look at all the bodies on the match card. Representing New Japan Pro Wrestling, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Tag Team Champions Aussie Open versus, I'm looking here, the team of it's Raj Singh and Shera. Representing the Bullet Club, the Ultimate Finesser Chris Bay and the Inevitable Ace Austin, and finally the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. And this was the part, unfortunately, this was the part where a lot of the technical issues came in play, so I wasn't able to see all of the entire match in its entirety, and which is kind of a good thing, I guess, because like I said, 8 people in the ring, all doing shit. Like, man, that shit gets convoluted. So, at the end of the match, it looked like Aussie Open was gonna win because Aussie Open, like near the end, they were dominating the tag match and they were dominating all the other adversaries until the Bullet Club were able to rally back and Ace Austin was able to hit his finishing move, the Fold, on one of the tag members of Aussie Open and secure the pin. Your winners, Bullet Club.
Oh yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Hell's
done.
yeah, and I, you know what? There's no better way for me to say this, but you know what? Their victory on TV was just too sweet. Yeah.
Good Lord.
Oh man,
I can't wait to see how Bullet Club does moving forward. And like you mentioned, the X Division match. We're leading up to the finals here. So Black Taurus advanced. And what do we got next?
Next, we have a backstage contract signing segment. Why do they always do contract signings the night before the pay-per-view? I will never understand that mentality. It feels last minute. It's getting stale. So, but this one did not end in calamity, thank goodness. It was not in ring. No Pier 6 brawl.
Nope. Bored. Nope, not doing it. I'm taking it down.
No, come on. No, don't do that.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Seriously?
I'm taking it out of no. If there's no Pier 6 brawl, then I don't want anything to do with it.
Of course it's not going to be a Pier 6 brawl. It's 2 baby faces, Juan. Good guys. Damn it, Juan.
Pier 6 brawl.
Oh, trust me, you're going to get your mayhem later, okay? But let me talk about this, you damn baby. Come on. All right, so, of course, the Impact Executive Director, Scott D'Amore, is there to moderate the whole contract signing. On the left side, you have Frankie Kazarian with his real-life wife, Tracy Brooks, former TNA knockout herself. And on the opposite side, you have the Impact World Champion, the walking weapon, Josh Alexander, with his real-life wife, Jade Chung. And, like I said, this was a pretty serious segment. They both signed a contract. They both gave their compelling promos back and forth, addressing each other. It got a little personal when Frankie Kazarian threw some barbs at Josh Alexander, saying, like, oh, you need to prepare your family for what happens if you lose the title. And, yeah, that's where things got personal. When you bring the families and the wives involved, ooh.
What the hell? That doesn't. What is it? Why? Okay, are the wives gonna be at ringside now? Are they going to be
No, I don't think it's
are
going to
they
come
also
to
wrestlers?
that. I think there's just to get some heat on each other, like
Okay,
by
so
getting
just extra
personal.
heat.
Yeah, just cheap heat to get
Okay.
cheap heat to get
Okay,
personal.
because that's a little dickish.
But that being said, okay, it's a contract signing. It's getting stale, but at least this is a contract signing that's not in the ring. It doesn't end in a giant fucking fight. So I do like this change of pace.
Oh, am I kidding?
Oh, stop it. And you know what? I like this. I actually like this encounter because fuck, man. Yeah, Frankie Kazarian, just like Chris Stamen, another TNA Impact alumni who's captured every championship, and he's also the first ever one half of the inaugural AEW World Tag Team titles, and this is his big break. And whether he and I do want to see him capture the big one, if he can.
If he can. But he cannot.
Well, we'll find out.
Maybe we will.
Anyway, so yeah.
Vicente was saying, I was torn between Aussie Open and Bullet Club. Hate seeing either team job off. Totally understandable.
Totally
And he's
understandable.
Like, please don't make it a mixed tag match.
Oh well, that means
No, like with
yeah, no, please don't. Yeah, no, definitely leave the wives, out of this. They don't need to fight.
They don't need to be fighting. They don't need this, man.
Exactly.
It ain't fair.
If I want to see Tracy Brooks fight,
Oh,
I will
snap.
look up.
Gene Rick in the chat. Hello, Gene
Hello,
Rick.
Gene Rick.
Welcome
Thank you for
Wrestle
joining us.
Rewind.
If I want to see Tracy Brooks fight, I'll look up an old clip of TNA when she's fighting in awesome wrestling gear, and I'm saying awesome by not sounding horny. Anyway, so moving on. So
He wants to see her butt. There.
shut up. All right, so let's get to the match of the night. And it's really hard to make a hardcore match boring because it's a hardcore match. But, man, these guys found a way to do it. It is an old school rules match between Steve Maclin versus the former ECW world champion himself, Tommy Dreamer.
The innovator of violence, now the innovator of midlife crises ponytails, and apparently being uncanceled.
Well, on the plus side, at least no one's going to accuse you for having a midlife crisis, Juan.
No, I've actually got my bloody Jedi mullet over here, and I tie it back when I'm cooking and or having fun.
And unlike Tommy Dreamer, you don't say shit that'll get you canceled.
Not out loud. That's Angel's job.
And
Jen saying, I remember watching Glow back in the 80s. Glow came back, didn't it? Or
yes, it did. It came back as a show on Netflix.
Oh no, it was like a drama series of Glow.
It was a drama series
that's on Netflix.
but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Okay,
being said, so like
Steve
I said,
Maclin and Tommy Dreamer.
So, like I
made
said,
a
this
hardcore
was
match.
boring to watch because of the pace that Tommy Dreamer was moving. Like, he's in his 50s. His age is starting to show. Like, man, he does not move as well as he used to in ECW. Like, they brought in all the weapons. Don't get me wrong. They brought in the pile of chairs. They brought in the tables. Tommy Dreamer attacked Steve Maclin with a to-go box full of Chinese food. Why would you waste good Chinese food, man?
Because he didn't want people making fun of him for his weight anymore.
Well, fuck you, Tommy Dreamer. I like Chinese food. I like
So
specifically their crab wontons.
I like Chinese food. It's from China. Pizza.
Italy, Chimichanga.
Chimichangas.
Mexico.
Oh yeah. Well, what did French
Oh my God, are we doing this?
come up with, buddy?
We invented democracy, existentialism, and the blowjob.
Oh wow. Okay, those three were actually really good.
That's
Yeah.
why it's all enough.
Yeah, it's
You know, the 69 where
where
the head
it
goes,
the
you know.
other-
Yeah, we did that.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
There
good.
you go.
Why the fuck are we quoting?
Why are we doing this? Because freaking Tommy Dreamer sucks. Okay, let's get.
All right, let's get to the match. So yeah, and Tommy Dreamer, when he tries to go to the top rope to try to do an elbow drop, like it looks like he tripped and it came off looking pretty bad, and he landed his elbow onto the chairs as Maclin ducked out of the way. So the table finally comes to play, and this weird part that I want to call attention to is when Tommy Dreamer brought the table into the ring, he had help from a random fan that jumped over the barricade. He wore a vest that says Mr. Impact and just helped Tommy Dreamer put the table in the ring and disappear from the camera altogether.
Excuse me?
What the fuck was that?
Dreamer got outside interference from Mr. Impact.
Mr. Impact. What the
Mr.
fuck? Oh my god. It was so dumb and it didn't make any fucking sense.
I wish you could make this kind of shit up, but you can't.
And it looked like Tommy Dreamer was going to win and plant Steve Maclin with the Death Valley driver through the table, but then Maclin was able to reverse it, planted Tommy Dreamer with his finishing move, planting him head first onto the pile of chairs to get the win. Your winner, Steve Maclin. And then afterwards, Steve Maclin was ambushed by Bully Ray, the winner of the Call Your Shot Gauntlet, another ECW original. He started attacking Steve Maclin, and then out came Moose to attack Bully Ray. And then out came the Impact World Champion himself, Josh Alexander, to level Moose and also to help Bully Ray powerbomb Steve Maclin through the table.
Real quick in the chat, Emily Morse threw some hearts up. Vicente Guerrero was saying, say awesome by mistake 3 times and you have to bang Awesome Kong. And he says the best thing Maclin has going for him is his technical skills, not hardcore death matches. He's dating Deanna / marrying marrying is another plus.
Yes.
Yeah. Wait, Macklin's with Deanna Purrazzo.
That's right. Real
Hot
life.
shit.
They're a couple.
Hot shit.
But that being said, after they powerbombed, there was a moment where what's his face, where Josh Alexander had the Call Your Shot Gauntlet and Bully Ray had the Impact World title, and it looks like they were going to give it back. And Josh Alexander gives back the gauntlet, but Bully Ray, he still held on to the title, and he was hesitant to giving it back to Josh Alexander before eventually he did. Like teasing that, Bully Ray, he shouldn't be trusted. He's a backstabber, ooh, and all that stuff.
Good God.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to the meh segment of the night. And this is a backstage interview by Impact Wrestling's backstage interviewer, Gia Miller, who talks with the #1 contender for the Impact Knockouts World title,
Masha Slamovich.
Masha Slamovich. Yes, Masha Slamovich made her comeback last week, attacking Jordan Grace following her championship title defense against Giselle Shaw and planting her onto the pile of tables via snowplow. So this interview was not good. Okay, don't get me wrong. They did something very different this time. They let Masha Slamovich talk in Russian during the interview with subtitles included, which is good. I like that.
They subtitled her?
They
Really?
subtitled her.
Really?
But
Really?
throughout the whole interview, she didn't sound like, she just sounded too calm. She sounded too calm. She didn't sound like she was invested. She didn't sound very serious or very, she didn't give any emotion.
She's being. It's not that she doesn't have emotion. It's her emotion is, I must break you.
Yeah, I guess.
It's the fact that she's so wild and intense in the ring, but when she's behind a mic or being talked to, it's unassuming. You couldn't tell that she's a killing machine. Masha's gonna kill you. You can't see that.
Okay, fair.
That's the idea that if it was conveyed a little bit more effectively, I think that's the idea that they were going for.
Yeah. It would have been more effective if they let her win and bow for glory, but what do I know?
Yeah, the fuck.
Yeah, I know. But that being said, okay, fine, fair enough. I'll let that argument slide, but I don't know. I just didn't think the interview did any help for her, in my opinion. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the main event of the night. And oh boy, this one was a motherfucking bloodbath. It's a clash between the leader of Violent by Design, Eric Young.
Why are we pushing Eric Young?
Versus the Death Machine, Sami Callihan.
The former tag partner of Jon Moxley when they were both in CZW.
And they're competing in a match type that's called the Death Machine's Double Jeopardy match.
Now, while I was harping earlier tonight about Shawn Michaels' Iron Survivor match being too convoluted, while that it may be too convoluted, this one is a little simpler, but it's also possibly dumber.
Yeah.
At least as far as I'm concerned. It's no disqualification, no countouts, anything goes. Before you can pin your opponent or make them submit, you must first make them bleed.
Yes.
Meaning, first, you got to beat the shit out of a guy and make them start bleeding.
Yes.
And then you can try to pin them or make them submit.
Pretty much.
What the shit?
And boy, did they bleed. Both men. They busted each other open. One, I know you saw a lot of cool spots during this match. I believe you mentioned that there was going to be a pile driver at ringside.
There was a pile driver by Eric Young. He was trying to do it outside of the ring on Sami Callihan, but Sami Callihan reversed it with a back body drop. And I believe Callihan actually dropped Eric Young on the apron, on the outside apron of the ring, on the outside of the ropes before dropping down with a Death Valley driver. That's basically John Cena's move, the FU.
Yes.
The fireman carry over the shoulders and then flipping them over and dropping them.
Yeah.
Now do that on the hardest part of the goddamn ring, and that's what Sami Callihan did to Eric Young here.
And then after a brutal...
thank you, Vicente. Masha cut an interview in Russian with subs, sort of okay. Yeah, like we said, if that part of her being, like, menacing but unassuming, like silent but deadly kind of thing.
Yeah.
If that was executed properly, I think that was the message they were trying to get across. Also, he says, Sami Callihan versus Eric Young. I'm sure Sami showed off his quote-unquote technical skill. Make your opponent bleed before even trying a pin. Rob Black books now for XPW and Impact at once.
Oh, yeah. All right, so after a brutal back and forth, these guys are spent. These guys are fucking done. So Eric
Pile
Young,
drivers, chair shots, bloody massacres all over the joint.
Eric Young tries to put away Sami Callihan with a spike pile driver, but only gets a 2 count. And so he picks up Sami Callihan again to try and hit him with another until we are blessed with this amazing moment.
Folks, if you are sensitive, who am I freaking kidding? Let's just show this shit.
I am not exaggerating. You are not high. This is what happened. Sami Callihan grabbed Eric Young by the nuts.
By the nuts! Oh, God almighty. Okay.
Holy shit.
There's so much to unpack in this freaking image alone. Number one, Eric Young's gear is
White.
baby face white as hell.
Meaning
So
he's
it
going to
makes
get some
look
blood
like
on it.
No, it makes it look like he's wearing a diaper. Number one. Number two, the fact that if it wasn't for the fact that he was wearing knee pads, he does look like a giant baby who's bleeding, who's getting his nards grabbed.
Right.
That makes it even more horrifying. Number three, Sami Callihan as a fellow, I believe he needs to join the Men's Hair Club of America.
Yeah.
Not to denigrate or diminish the guy, but yeah, up top he could use a little sod work up there.
Yeah.
God damn it, sad and effective, says Vicente Guerrero. Callahan doing a Joey Ryan spot. Yuck.
Oh my God.
Well, somebody's got to keep the traditional life.
I know.
I just hope that Sami Callihan isn't a cradle robbing pervert like Joey Ryan.
No.
Is he?
No, he's not.
Thank God.
Well, we cannot cancel now. Quiet.
No, good.
Yeah,
I would like to not cancel him.
That being said, this is a fucking instant classic moment. I
Just
love it.
Gross.
Pro
Why
wrestling.
do you love this?
Because it's
This
pro.
is dumber than a box of rocks.
Because pro wrestling is about creating memories. Juan.
No, it's not creating memories. This is creating a freaking gold mine for your therapist. Okay? I need to go to therapy. And it's not just because of my hang-ups, and not just because of my freaking complex of I have to be punished for shit. Now I am actually psychologically suffering.
So now,
It wasn't the car crash.
All right, so
it wasn't
after
abandonment issues. It's seeing Sami Callihan
grabbing
Eric Young in the nards.
All right, so
I have no words.
all right, let me go on and continue then.
Go
So
ahead,
after
please.
Sami Callihan,
What?
So after Sami Callihan grabbed a 2 count underneath the ropes. No, that's not clever. So after Sami Callihan tried to grab the other 2 members of Sanity, he went and planted Eric Young with Cactus Driver 97, only getting a 2 count, and then he finishes him off by hitting him in the head with multiple shots in the head with garbage can lids before planting him with another Cactus Driver and securing the win. Your winner, the Death Machine, Sami Callihan. And then
looking for little Sammy, isn't he just a shining beacon of the technical finesse and the performance art of professional wrestling?
Technical finesse?
Isn't he
Him?
so graceful in the ring? Isn't he such a wonderful paragon of professional wrestling?
Fuck no! But he's damn hardcore.
No, it's called sarcasm.
I know.
No, just.
I know.
Also, Vicente. Oh God! I think we may have inadvertently scarred Jen because she just dropped Sammy is engaged to Jessica Havoc, both in their mid-30s.
Oh yeah, this will be a nice, interesting table conversation for those two. Hey,
so how was your match, babe?
Well, I grabbed Eric Young in the nuts just like we said we would.
Oh God.
That reminds me. were we supposed to get a Christmas letter written out for your mom?
Well, yeah, I have the card over there.
Great, let me go ahead and grab my barbed wire ballpoint pen.
I wish I had saved that photo. That was dumb as shit.
I still think it looked cool, though.
No, it doesn't look cool. It's stupid. Again, guess he's got balls with that move.
And then the whole show ends with the other members of Violent by Design going that are in the ring, and they're staring down at their bloodied, bruised, battered, and beaten hero.
Yeah, Violent by Design is Eric Young's faction. And now they're thinking, maybe he doesn't look so hot anymore. There's a word for that. When you have been beaten within an inch of your life, emasculated by a walking turd burglar like Sami Callihan, and left in a pool of your own blood, donning the crimson mask, as it were, as Jim Ross once said. There is a word for that when you're supposed to be the unshakable leader of a ruthless faction of renegade professional wrestlers.
And what word is that, Juancho?
Vulnerable.
Ooh.
And that's the last thing you want to be when you demand loyalty from a fanatical faction like Violent by Design. How will this play out tomorrow night at Overdrive?
We'll find out. But
the event of
Family.
We'll go ahead and find out. But like as we're getting close to midnight, let me go ahead and do some quick recaps on both shows, on all three shows. First of all, Impact Wrestling, it was definitely fun. They had a fun opening X Division match. A couple other matches in between were okay. They were all right, save for the 8-man tag match, which was definitely a lot of fun if it weren't for the goddamn technical issues. Come on, Impact. Get your streaming shit together, for goodness sake. Come on, guys.
Violent by Design better not turn on Eric Young, says Vicente.
Oh, we'll see what happens then. The main event definitely makes up for the lackluster hardcore match with Tommy Dreamer. I'll say that much. Especially the dick grab. I mean, especially the balls, the dick grabbing.
That doesn't make up for it. That's one of the freaking problems with this shit.
No. That shit's gonna live in everyone's heads now.
Here's what I want. I would like you, quite kindly, to please find that damn video or of that damn photo of Sami Callihan and his barbed wire ballpoint pen, because that is dumber than a box of rocks. I swear to God.
All right, but let's move on. Let's continue on. So AEW Dynamite. There was definitely a fun show. It was a good go home show before the pay-per-view event. I thought, well, I say good, not great. I think a lot of the championship matches really didn't need to happen. Like we could have done without the trios title and the interim women's world title being defended. But nevertheless, we still had some great wrestling. I mean, especially from the trios match between Death Triangle and Top Flight and AR Fox. The opening match was also pretty good. I liked seeing Claudio and Bryan Danielson getting the win. Much needed win to build that momentum. The main event segment with Jon Moxley and MJF was pretty fucking awesome, especially MJF taking W. Morrissey to Dick Kick City. But after what Juan revealed with when the cameras went off the air in the post show promos, like like the public passive aggressiveness, the public pettiness of AEW against CM Punk really needs to stop.
I swear to God, I'm at a loss for words, and I'm disappointed in everyone involved in that shit.
It really is fucking dumb, and I'm very disappointed. I'm very ashamed that Tony Khan greenlit that. And of course, as far as NXT is concerned, NXT was also a damn good show. I liked I'm all for new match concepts, new match ideas, because hey, man, I mean, if they're executed right, then yeah, we could do it. Then we can then it'll work, right? The Iron Survivor Challenge. Okay, the rules sound a little convoluted, but
if they execute it right, it can work. If it sounds promising, it can work. That I can deal with.
Yeah.
But like Sami Callihan's Death Machine Double Jeopardy,
that was a little too much.
That's lazy booking.
That is pretty.
Also, Shamanistic Unicorn Tam making her way.
At the
Jen,
end,
real quick, she said, "I'm sorry, but I have to. I thought we were done with Steph's hashtag Free Me Balls." Or keep the balls. It just never ends.
Well, you know what? You've given
the balls now.
Juan.
Sami
No,
Callihan now.
Juan.
What?
You just gave me an idea.
Oh no.
No, I didn't give you. No, all I did was read what Jen said. La 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 la.
So,
Don't blame me on this
so the
shit.
opening match with
La, la,
Braun
la, la,
Breaker
la,
was
la, la,
definitely
la,
fun.
la.
So the opening match with Braun Breaker was definitely fun, and the main event match with Mandy Rose retaining the championship was awesome, especially with the debut of Isla Dawn from NXT UK, and I look forward to seeing what she can do on NXT.
Indeed. And what Tam was over here saying here, thank you, Tam, for showing up tonight. She said, I agree. I'm sick of the passive-aggressive shit everywhere. Hey, guys. And Vicente was saying it's not fair that the Elite gets to come back, but Punk may not be returning. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. We agree with you, my friend. We do agree. It is
We're not
bullshit.
even really trying to look for an echo chamber here. I'm looking at this shit objective as possible. Even if I didn't already dislike the Elite for being ganky, gooky motherfuckers who hog their own spotlight and don't know how to actually work in a professional wrestling nationwide promotion properly.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't like, if you bust in, and I'm using that term figuratively, if you barge in on someone else's locker room after they got through giving a very heated speech during a press conference, an unscripted speech, and if they're already hot, if they're already pissed off, and they're trying to calm down, and you bust in,
Then they deserve to. They
looking
deserve to
for
get their ass.
trouble.
You're looking for trouble.
I can't believe we still have to talk about this shit. 2 months after, almost 3 now, right?
Almost 3. It happened during Labor Day weekend.
Fuck. Dude, fuck this shit.
All
Fucking
right.
bullshit.
All right, that's going to do it for this week, folks. On next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, I will review the main event matches from both AEW Full Gear and Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view event, Impact Overdrive. And that will be, yeah, thank you. That will be included in next week's review. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. Juan, plug us away.
No problems here. Thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona, as he reviews and recaps the best and the worst of 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Join us for the reviews live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. And if you wish to go above and beyond, become an inner flocker for only $4.99 a month. Hit the join button or click on the links provided below in the chat. Until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, that pretty much is going to do it for this week's edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse. And AEW, stop being a bunch of bitches.